Old School Gamer here again. This is my pretty much part 2 of the first video I did. All that stuff I showed in the first video was what I got last weekend, and actually went back to the flea market today and got some pretty good pickups. So jump right into it. Found some boxed Super Nintendo games. Got Demolition Man, Kawasaki Caribbean Challenge. That's, I don't know, in my view that's like almost like a sports game, but it's boxed, complete. It's got everything in there. I found another sports game, but couldn't pass it up because it's still in the package. It's got the little flap on there when it was hanging in the store. Never been opened. Super Tennis. So if I ever see a boxed game that's never been opened, I don't care what it is. Even if I have 10 of them, I'm always going to pick it up. And I'll tell you again how much I paid for all this. And this was a different booth than the first one, by the way. Let's see. Might as well throw this out here. These are impossible to find. I found kickboxing for Tubro Grafix 16. This was just laying in the bottom of a box, all dusty. And these are impossible to find. Even when they're in the case, they look just like CDs. So any Tubro Grafix 16 games I find, it's just, I love it. This, I saw this and I couldn't believe it. But I found a game genie for the NES. Looks clean, looks like it's almost never been used. And laying right there with it at the bottom of the box was the booklet. Very good shape. Looks like they never, barely even opened it and used it. So, you know, it's got all, I think they made a few of these booklets. I can't remember. Maybe like there was 1, 2, 3, 4. They started adding more and more games to it. So I was really stoked to find that. And then as I kept digging, the box was getting dustier and dustier and nastier and nastier. And I came across these Atari 2600 games. And I don't really know much about Atari, but I was like, you know what, I'm collecting old games, I need to include Atari into it. So I got a Sword Quest, really good shape for being in the box it was. Pole Position, and I haven't looked up these games, I don't know if they're worth anything, they're probably not. Old School Pac-Man, and Super Breakout. So if any of these are worth anything, let me know in a comment below. I don't know anything about Atari really. I've tried to research a little bit on it, but and farther down in the box, I knew what these were. These are the roll paddles for the Atari. And found them in there. They're pretty dusty, but I was like, oh, I need to keep digging. So after that, I found this thing, and I guess it's a video touchpad thing for the Atari 2600. I knew it was for the 2600 because of the plug-in. I knew what the plug-in looked like, so picked that up. Doubt it works, but like I said, for this price, can't beat it. And I found one of the joysticks for Atari 2600. And that being said, of course, when I get farther down past all the ducks, I find an Atari 2600. And it doesn't have any of the cords to it, but I heard finding the power cords on these is really hard. So I need to look on eBay, I guess, and try to find one. But that'd be really cool if this thing works. I've never really played Atari before, so you know, thought that was pretty cool. And the last thing, which I didn't even know Atari made these, but apparently they had a zapper gun too. So I saw the plug-in for it, and it fits the Atari 2600. It says Atari on there. You know, I don't know what this is back here. Is that a plug-in? Do you have to power this thing? I don't know. So I mean, if y'all could leave some comments and let me know more about this, I would greatly appreciate appreciate it. It says Atari XE system on the gun. So, is this an Atari zapper? Did they have a zapper like, you know, the NES? I have no idea. I mean, it looks like there's a little thing to slide something on up here. You know, I had no clue they had something like this, you know, back when Atari came out. But I haven't tested any of this Atari stuff. I did test the Game Genie. The Game Genie works, and the boxed Super NES games work. And so does kickboxing for Tubro Grafix 16 because my buddy had one and I tried it on his. So that's part 2 of my first video. I'm gonna go back to the flea market next weekend, and they have different stuff every day there. It's, you know, it's hit or miss. You know, I found some stuff a while back and quit going and started going to some thrift stores and all that. So I'll have another video out next week and let you know what else I find. So until then, old school game hunter saying see ya.